So you've been asking me, how much are you going to spend if you live here in the UK? Aga, maayong buntag, and good morning everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. I know you've been waiting for this, and it's about time that I post another content about nursing in the UK. So I received a couple of comments on some of my videos about the accommodation and the cost of living here in UK. Okay guys, so before we proceed to the main content of this video, I would just give you a few reminders. The first thing is, I live here in the northeast part of UK, which is far from the central part, which is London. Therefore, the cost of living here is definitely cheaper than that of London. Second thing is, with regards to accommodation, that will always differ depending on your arrangement with your employer or with the trust. The third thing is, I'm going to be giving you a scenario so that you have a full idea on the basis or on what will be the basis of the cost of living that I will be giving you. So for your scenario, you will be coming here to work in the UK as an individual, no family yet, and you will be staying in a shared accommodation. So this is the type of accommodation that I experience, and I think this is one of the common arrangements of accommodation that you will experience the moment you come here in the UK. I'm not saying again that this will be the same for everyone because, as I've said, it will differ depending on your trust or your employer. Also guys, I just want to add something. This list or this expenses that I'm gonna be giving you or I'm gonna be showing you, this is just based on my experience and based on the information that I've gathered online as well. You might disagree to what I'm gonna be saying, but again, every person has different points of view and I'm sure budgets differ. So I'll accept your opinion or your suggestion, but hopefully still this will help you and this will also guide you in making your decisions for the future. So the first is house rent. Same as with the scenario, when I came in, I was sharing the house with 4 more nurses. I'm actually sharing the same house with the same people, but this is our second accommodation now. So from where we previously lived, it was already prepared by the trust, so it was already ready when we came in, and we were paying around 300 to 350 if I'm not mistaken. So in general, house rent here would range from 250 to 600 pounds. That will also depend actually on the type of accommodation that you will be looking for. So when we transfer to this accommodation, we try to look for something that is near the bus stops and also something that is accessible to some other stores. So we were lucky to find this accommodation, and it's on the cheaper side of the range that I've shared to you. Of course, if you're rich enough, you can go above 600 pounds, but the reasonable price range would be around 250 to 400 pounds. Guys, just do the conversion rate. I mean, just do the conversion because I don't know what the rate is. Okay? The second thing that you'd be paying for is the council tax. So to give you an idea what a council tax is, it is collected by the local council to pay for the services in your community. Services would be like for the police, fire services, support for the elderly, park maintenance, rubbish disposal, and street cleaning. So the council tax will be ranging around 20 to 50 pounds, and that is already per person in your house. Based on or depending on what band your locality is in or what house band, I don't know, it's really confusing, but my housemate is the one who pays for it. There is like a total amount and you divide it among your group, so that's what you pay for. So it's around 20 to 50 pounds range depending on what band. Never mind. But yeah, you can just search for it. So when I say our housemate pays for it, it means that we pay our housemate and she pays for the group. The next one is, of course, bills. You can never forget the bills. So there's water, electricity, and gas. In my previous accommodation, we have a prepaid bill. So that means to say you need to put certain amount to be able to use certain amount of water, gas, and electricity. So yes, I think we've experienced power outage before because we forgot to pay for it. But if you really want to save, that could actually be helpful. You can use a prepaid card to pay for your water, electricity, and your gas. If you're gonna be paying it monthly, for the water, I've searched that it would cost around 30 to 40 pounds per month. 30 divided by 4, or yeah, like that. And then it's the same as with your electricity and gas. So for electricity and gas, it's around 30 to 60 pounds. I apologize in advance, but with my previous tenancy, as I mentioned, we were paying on a prepaid load. This one is inclusive in our bills, so I'm not really sure if I'm saying the right thing, but based on what I've searched, it is on that price range. The next thing is the TV license. Yes, you need to pay for a license in order to watch TV. That already covers the television use, or the number of televisions or tellies that you use in your accommodation. If you don't want to pay it for the year, you can always pay it monthly. And also guys, if you have a different tenancy agreement with your room or your accommodation, you'd have to pay a separate TV license. The next one is of course your travel expenses, like if you're going to use a bus, the taxi, or the metro. Or if your house is really close to your workplace, then you can always walk and not give a certain budget for it. But if you are going to use a bus or the taxi or the metro, I would allocate around 60 pounds maybe, just to be on the safe side. Here in UK, if you want to get a weekly pass or a monthly pass, they have those available. That could save you more money if you use the bus frequently. So you'll be able to find out anyway when you come into the UK. They'll be teaching you and showing you what you can use to go to your workplace. Then also, like for me, I shuffle it. I sometimes walk, I sometimes get a taxi, I sometimes ride the bus. So it really depends on you. The NHS also has some deals with regards to their staff riding the bus or the metro. So you can also get that deal. And also with our trust, we have free rides and also the hopper, which you can get from point A to point B for free. So you can use that also to save money. Next one is your food expenses. Now this one is the cost of now this one is an expense that I could not give you a definite budget on, but for me I would say around 250 pounds to 300. That already includes eating out for me if I'm really trying to be thrifty, but you could always budget a bit lesser of that, because like before I was saving, how can I say this, like before, I just really buy anything, or I go to the groceries and I starve myself. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if that's already being thrifty. But anyways, you will also again find out when you come in here to the UK. There are counterparts of the expensive stores here. Like for example, there is this Tesco, Asda, but you can find cheaper products if you buy in Aldi or Lidl. You'll be able to find out when you come in here. Make sure that you spend your money wisely on some stuff that you can actually find more cheaper than the other things. I'm sure you'll get what I mean. I'm sorry if I'm having a hard time trying to explain this to you guys, but food is something that people budget on differently. That's all that I'm going to say. And also, even if I have a budget in a month, I usually change it every month, or I don't really follow it every month, especially when it comes to food. Food is energy, guys. Another important thing that you need to budget on is the Wi-Fi or the broadband. There are certain companies here that offer this. So again, in my case, it's inclusive to my rent. We're really lucky, but you can also find some deals like this. But anyway, so you can get one and divide it within your group again. So the budget that I will say would be around 25 to 60 pounds. I don't know, guys, because it depends really on what broadband you're gonna apply for. Like for example, in the Philippines, there's Glow, Smart, PLDT, or whatnot. There's also a lot here in UK, so it depends on your group or your accommodation actually as well, because some accommodations have broadband or Wi-Fi already inclusive in their rent. So there are a few more stuff that you can add to this cost of living or this expenses list. Like if you're getting a new phone, you want to apply and participate or enroll in a gym class, so you can add that. Also, if you're planning to get a bike instead so you can cycle to work, you can also get that. So anyways, I'm not gonna include that because it's up to you now when you come in here to UK if you want to add that. But in total, if I add up all the things that I was telling you earlier, it will range around more or less 700 pounds. I think less 700 pounds. But of course, you need to make sure again that you get money initially for your savings. And then also, as a tradition or as a culture of us Filipinos, we send money to the Philippines. So, make sure you budget your money wisely, guys. That's it, guys. So, we're finished. I hope the prices that I gave you was reasonable enough and enough for me to convince you to stay on this side of UK. I'm really the laid-back type of person. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love cities, but also I don't like crowded places, so I'm happy here in Newcastle. I hope you like this video. Hit thumbs up if you do. Comment down below if you want to tell me something, say anything, or even just suggest anything. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell beside that button so you will be notified if I will upload a new video. Salamat sa